Hey, welcome everyone. It is John the Net Guy. Tech on Tuesday number 31. Started a tick late today, only because I got such cool stuff to show you that it took a little bit longer than normal to get them all exactly working. It's kind of behind the scenes stuff, but I actually do a little bit of the setup before the show on Sunday, get the banners put out there, get everybody invited, which is important. And then I do a little bit more every day until the show. And today I had problems getting one of the things set up, and I'll tell you all about that here in a little bit. But if you're just joining, this is your first time here, I'm John the Net Guy. I do PC builds, tech tips, gear reviews, all sorts of cool stuff. Every Tuesday, 5:30, 5:45-ish today, we do a tech on Tuesday. And the cool thing about that is I get to show you some cool tech. So this is all going to be mobile phone tech. And I can't tell you how much mobile means to us nowadays, right? Everybody's got a phone, everybody's got a tablet, everybody's got a PC. I can tell you, my kids, they spend hours and hours a day on their phones, hours and hours a day on their tablets or Chromebooks or whatever. And I wanted to get a few accessories, some things I could test out. I also had a couple companies reach out to me with some neat products specifically for mobile. And I thought, man, this would be a really cool show to put together. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to check the chat real quick, see if I got anybody in the chat. Nobody in the chat yet here. Just taking a look, making sure our stream is working, which it looks like it is. I'm going to go take a look on YouTube, make sure it is streaming properly, which it looks like it is. Hey, I see Jonathan in there. Thank you for joining, my friend. Good to see you there. And we are going to get started here. If this is your first time here, you probably don't know all about my Amazon shop, but we got to talk about that and a giveaway today. I'm going to be giving away a free screen protector. Screen protectors are a godsend. No matter what kind of device you have, I can tell you I always recommend getting a screen protector to go with it. And specifically, I've got a really good brand of a screen protector that I've used before, and I want to show it to you today. Now you're like, oh, how am I going to win this screen protector? What, is it for Android? Is it for iPhone? There's about 6 different ones. I'm actually going to order you the exact screen protector for your device. So no worries there. You can enter it whatever device you have, including iPads. I've got a couple of favorites there. I will order you your favorite screen protector, and that will be our giveaway today. That said, if you want to see all of the cool stuff that we got coming up here on the show, we can literally go to this. See a couple of you guys from Amazon. This is awesome. If you visit my Amazon shop down there, that's the URL. Let me get sharing it here, and I can share my Amazon screen to you. There we go. So if you visit that URL below, you're going to get my Amazon shop. Not only will you see the actual live event that's going on right now, you're going to get notified every time I go live, and you're actually going to get to see all of my other video reviews as you do this. The other cool thing is if you click on idea lists here, you're actually going to get different idea lists from each show. So this show is number 31. You click on that, and this shows you all of the cool products that we're going to look at today. So again, told you it's all mobile. I've got some really cool stuff, as you can see there, coming up, and some really unique things that I don't think anybody's seen before. I'm going to double check the chat real quick, make sure my audio is coming through okay. Give me 1 second. And we're going to see if you guys can see me. I'm taking a look real quick if my restream is working today. I did see somebody say hello, but I did not see it coming through on the stream right now. So that's kind of an odd thing. Maybe we're having some issues there. Hopefully not. So that said, let's pull up the first product. And this is from Aohi. And this is their Mag Cube. Now, they saw me do a demonstration of this other product here. Let me see. So you can see there's their Mag Cube. This is a USB Type-C charging brick. Now what's cool about this one is it's super duper compact. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna maybe make this a little bit brighter for you guys. So hopefully you guys, there you go. Now you can see it a little bit better. So 40 watt Mag Cube power delivery. So what is power delivery? Power delivery is a new standard that came out with the USB-C, and it allows it to change and vary the amount of power that it's going to send to your devices. So what's cool about that? Well, if you've got a low power device that doesn't need a lot of charging amps, you can do that, and it'll send to the charger what it needs. So if the charger's got a certain power budget, it's going to be able to stay within that. If you have a heavy duty device like a MacBook that's got a Thunderbolt connection, this thing's going to be able to say, hey, I need 20 volts or 19 volts or whatever the voltage is within the ranges that this provides. And it does that through the cable. So the cables not only are incredibly important and they have different ratings, but the chargers themselves, you'll see the USB power delivery standards. You'll see that PD everywhere. So I'm just doing a quick unboxing for you here. We're going to go to the top cam. So there's the device there. Ah, there we go. So there's their little cover there for it. And as expected, good packaging. I'm going to pull this device out. It is small. I don't know any other way to put it. It is not super light, so there's definitely some heft to it, but look at the size of that in the palm of my hand. So not very big at all from AOHE. Now it's got two ports. So, I just happened to have grabbed my Apple. This is the #1 charger from Apple right now. This is their 20 watt. This thing's 40 watts. This thing's one port. This thing's dual port. So they've really just doubled Apple all across the board. And you can see from a size perspective, it's almost identical, but it's got another trick up its sleeve. It actually folds up its prongs. So you can fold the prongs out of the way, and it also is low profile. I can tell you when I'm plugging in my GoPros and other studio cameras and stuff, I really like to see something that's low profile like this, especially for a wall outlet, because if I need to plug this into the wall and then I need to put another cord out of it, this thing's already sticking out 4 or 5 inches. This thing's low profile. It's about 3/4 of an inch from the outlet. So very cool feature right there. So we're just doing a quick unboxing of this. And it does have a customer service card, happy, unhappy, what you can do there. So pretty simple, straightforward design. I like the fact that it's super small like this. And that's going to make things a lot easier. Let me go ahead and plug it in. And I'm going to plug a couple devices in. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. So this device, like I said, will charge pretty much anything that's got USB-C, but there's another cool trick to it. Apple is starting to go over to that USB-C. Slowly, but they are. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it and plug it in right here. It's got a little tiny light on the top that hopefully you guys can see there. A little green light lets you know it's on. And then this is the second product that they actually sent me, which is their Magline Plus. Now, I said that the cords have to be rated too. I have to be really careful too for my MacBook and my other PCs that I don't get a cord that's not rated enough. This is a 100-watt cord from their Magline Plus series. So it definitely has a lot of power capability for charging. I'm going to pull this out here and you can see it. We'll measure it. This is also in the carousel right now. Again, similar happy, unhappy case. Another thing that's really neat about the cord is it actually has this braiding. I want to show you that up close. So it's got this braiding on it here. And, I think it said something like 30,000 flexes. That's one of the biggest things that eats up cords and makes them go bad quickly is when you're having to stretch or bend or do whatever with them a lot. So that can cause that. Hey, Jonathan, welcome. Oh, he's got the Anker Nero 2 45 watt. Yep, that's a good one for sure. But this is from AOHE, and the price on it is really good. But even today, if you're checking this out on my Amazon, I actually have a promo code for this one that makes it even cheaper. So I'm going to take one of my studio phones here. So this is just a regular Android phone, and it's got USB-C. Plug it right in the bottom, and now it's charging. So it can charge with this charger. If you've ever gotten those warnings that say, hey, your charging brick is not putting out enough power, or you could charge faster, that's a real common warning message you'll see. That's because it's looking for that power delivery standard. So we're taking a look at, if you're just joining, this is from AOHE. This is their Magline Plus. That is their 100-watt. Looks like about a 6-foot cord. I did not actually look at the dimensions as, yes, 6-foot cord, 100 watts capability right there. And that goes along with their, right here, their Mag Cube. So this one is yellow. Now I've got both of them in the carousel right now. I've got the yellow one. Try to see if I can set these up. There we go. I've got the yellow one, and I also have a black one if you want one of those. So, hey, Brandy, welcome. Thank you for joining. I also have a 10% promo code right now that they sent me. So if you do want to get one of these, there's a 10% off promo code, and that code is, I believe, good till October. So just wanted to point that out for you. As far as other devices you can charge with it, you can absolutely charge iPhones. So the new iPhones are coming with USB Type-C on one end and Lightning on the other. So now I can not only charge this phone, I can charge a Lightning device just by using one of these cables. Now this just happens to be a cable from Anker. I really like their stuff as well. But as you can see, USB Type-C, that's charging that phone, that's charging the other one. You guys can see them both here charging at the same time. So pretty cool devices from Aohi. As far as the actual power that they're able to put out, this again is 40 watts times 2 ports. That's my understanding, is that it can do that. Now that's actually able to also charge then an iPad. This is my iPad 9, I believe it is. So this iPad can actually charge up with these. So now if you're thinking about taking this on the road, right now I've got to take one Apple charger. I got to take another Apple charger. I got to get all my cords and everything. With this, I save by only having one charger to bring. Now let's talk about how small that is, right? We'll go back over to the side camera here. Sorry. So if you look, again, this one folds its prongs in. This one does not. So the one from Apple, which is the Apple's #1 bestseller, is a lot bigger. Only has one port. This thing's got two. I'm going to see if I can read off, and it's in really light print. Look, says 40 watts per each port. I'm trying to look at the, and maybe you can see that. I don't know if it's going to do that. There's very small writing in here, unfortunately. It'd probably be better actually on the black version. But 20 volts times 2 amps. So it can do up to that. So a lot of chargers for laptops are looking for the 20 volts times 2 amps. But that's from Aohi. That is their power delivery USB-C charger. So I'm going to move some of these things out of the way. We're going to get moving along. And we just also checked out from Aohi their Magline Plus cable. Now you can use this cable with a MacBook Pro or something that needs up to 100 watts of power, which is great. I wouldn't necessarily use the Mag Cube for a MacBook. You know, some of the newer MacBooks, though, I was reading, are only using 35 watts. So the power has come down a lot, the power requirements. So you may be able to use that with one of the newest, like an M2 or an M1 MacBook. But, you know, they've got their MagSafe as well. So that's the Mag Cube and the Magline Plus. We're going to go off to the next product, which is actually a little bit foretold on the iPad that I brought out here, because this is the rugged case from Trop. Let me pull that up here. I'm going to bring up my shopping cart here. I want to show you real quick, too, their website. So this is Amazon, and we're taking a look at the USB-C charger from Aohi. Then you can see it's on a good discount right now. It'll work with regular iPhones, you know, the 13 mini, Pro, Max, 12 Pro Max, all those, your Galaxies, your Pixels, pretty much anything with a USB-C and or a USB-C end. In this case, it's $35.99. It's on sale right now for $25.49, and I believe my coupon stacks with that. So I have a promotion code here. I'm going to try to see if they've got that. Yeah, so you can get a discount even if you buy a cable with it as well. So that's another cool thing. Let's go back to the list here. I want to show you this case, which is coming up next on the show. And so this is the rugged case I got for my iPad. Now, my kids have been playing on tablets, watching tablets, and, you know, I got this iPad because I wanted to use it more in the show. I wanted to have it be part of the show where, you know, if I saw something cool, I could pull it up on this and use it faster, or just put it as a second screen that I could throw off to the side and see chat messages and stuff. But that said, I needed something that was durable. You know, these things are hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and kids are notorious for breaking them. So I looked around for the best rated tablet I could find, the tablet case, and this just happened to be it. So this is from Trop, if I remember right. And if you're looking at the video description here and you're on YouTube, this should be item number 4 that's on there. And I'll show you how it comes together because it's the same way that it comes off. So I'm just taking this apart right now. So this is a plastic, a very large plastic cover that goes all the way around the outside. It's pretty easy to install. I almost never take it apart. So that's the one piece from it. Let me get this ready. We'll go into all those features. So this plastic comes off, and you can actually pop the tablet out of it. So in the case of mine, it's a white one, and hey, it's got the rose gold back. I got a great deal on it. So that's my iPad. Now the funny thing is, I actually don't want to, let me put my password in here without you guys seeing it. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go back out to here. So there's my apps, and I actually don't want to carry this thing without a case or a cover around it because it's just dangerous. I don't recommend that to anybody. So when you buy this thing, it's going to come in basically 3 pieces. You're going to have this plastic boot that goes all the way around the plastic shell here. It's not that hard to install, and once you do, you've just had the ultimate level of protection, like super duper rugged. Another thing that I would also recommend if you haven't done it already is to get a screen protector even for your iPads. You can get these. I actually have one. I haven't installed it yet, but you can do that with this. So I'm going to go ahead and push this into the outer. This is how you set this thing up. Super simple. Then you take this. Oh, let me see here. I got to get that piece in. I'm going to do that first. 1 second. Take this rubber and put it all the way around the outside. Now it's going to cover every single port, including your charge ports. So be careful about that. You know, what's funny is it's so thick that I thought that the kids would have trouble using it, but the tactile buttons for volume and everything else work still incredibly well, even through all this drop protection that it's going to have. Okay. Just getting that lined up. Again, it locks into the plastic as you go around. So it takes a little bit of time to get that dialed in. And then this is going to clip through. Now be careful that you align the buttons. You want to get your buttons lined up and you get those locked in. And it's going to clip through on the edges. That's what holds the rubber gasketing all around. So make sure that's locked in. Now, once you have that, you actually have a handhold on the back of this that I didn't show you. So that's the other cool thing is if I want to go to a customer site or something and I want to use my iPad and look super cool, I can come up there and I have this handhold that comes with it. Still have access to all the standard iPad features and everything. Another interesting thing is it actually does have a stylus holder right here, which we'll talk about in just a second. And for the kids, if they drop it, I tell you what, maybe you can see this on the side camera. You can literally, I would not recommend doing that with a native bare iPad, but you can bang on this thing all you want, and it's really just the outside that's getting hit, those rubber pieces. So the most rubber protection is on the edges. Now, can you still use all of the standard stuff? Absolutely here. Just making sure I've got this thing all locked in. So all of the buttons still work. If you look at them right there, there's my volume up and down buttons and my power on off buttons. So I have that and I have all those capabilities still with me. So that is a iPad protection. Right now, I want to double check the price on it because I think it's on sale, and it is. It's $1 off right now, so 5%. It's $18.98, and they actually have a ton of different colors. So if you want to go a little crazy, they have stuff that would be great for kids. If you want to go a little bit more business-like, they do have some unique color combinations here. I like that purple one. That's pretty cool. And if you're just joining here now, this is John the Net Guy. We're taking a look at the Trop iPad case. This one's good for your 9th, 8th, and 7th generation 10.2-inch iPad. So that's pretty much all the latest non-pro, non-air iPads. It's going to work on all of those. So that's pretty cool. That's the one I picked up for me. I'm going to take a look at the chat, see if we have any other questions here. Hey, Jonathan says, yeah, I like that. Yep, there you go. Might buy that for my tablet. Yeah, good point on there. Absolutely. And if you're just joining, take a look at that URL below. We're doing a screen protector giveaway right now. If you don't have screen protection on your tablet, iPad, whatever it is, I highly recommend getting it. And I'm going to show you a screen protector that I'm going to install, and I'm going to show you some tips on installing that. But right now we're taking a look at the Trop iPad case that goes on my iPad here and keeps it protected. So taking a look at that real quick, I'm going to quickly log into my iPad, and I'm going to show you one other cool device, and that's coming up next here. So let's see, where did I put her? There we go. And this one is actually from Active Stylus. So this is Active Stylus, high sensitivity and accuracy. We're going to do a quick unbox of it, and then I'm going to show you everything about it. But this is something else that I really wanted to add. Now, these guys sent this out for a fair and honest review, which I'm going to give them. And very simple unboxing. Now, the iPad version that I have cannot use the Pen 2, whatever it is from Apple, but I do want something that I can use occasionally. So here's the basic instructions, multiple languages here. It does come with a replacement tip on there, as well as a charger. Now, I know that the original Apple Pencil had there's an example of the additional tip that they give you. The original Apple one had a charger that was built in on the end, and a lot of people didn't like that design because you could plug that in and you could break it off, or you could have, issues with that. This one's got a pretty unique system. If you take a look there, it opens and it will show you right there the USB-C port, and you can double tap to turn it on and off there. You can see those little blue lights that show up. But what's cool about that is I can instantly start using my tablet, and I just started playing with this the other day. This is just a simple drawing app that I grabbed from my tablet. I wonder if I can pull this up. Let me see, 1 second here. I'm going to try to pull this up at the same time so you can see me actually drawing here. Go to Doodle Desk. I'm going to use the kickstand that's part of this. That's another really interesting feature that's on this. It has a locking kickstand. I'm going to go ahead and... How did I do that? You know what? I was wondering about that. In my haste, I put that plastic on upside down. I did not latch that in properly. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, and I was telling you guys when I was installing this, those who can't teach, right? Hope no teachers are listening on here. No, I want to do this way so my charging port's sticking out the right side. There we go. Again, quick reinstall here. And then I'm going to go ahead and be able to plug this in, and I can show you how you can doodle with this stylus. Now, there's a lot of different types of styluses. There's those that are pressure sensitive, which are nice. In this case, instead of being pressure sensitive, it's got a kind of a different but unique feature on it. It's tilt sensitive. So as you use it and as you tilt around the unit, it's going to change the pressure. Another thing that you're looking for when you're purchasing these is palm rejection. If you don't have good palm rejection, there's a potential that you could actually get... 1 second. If you don't have palm rejection set up on these, just by putting your palm on the touch areas, it could actually cause it to start hitting buttons and not work the way you want. So go ahead and put this on. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat. If you have a sec now, I would recommend joining the giveaway there, because we have that. Want to give away a screen protector tonight. That is my goal. And you're going, how do you know what kind of phone I've got, John? Well, you know what? It doesn't matter, because I'm going to order one specific to your phone. So the winner gets their choice. And hey, what if you don't have a smartphone? No worries. I will order one for whoever you want it sent to. So we're going to get that set up. My code's in there, putting this in. And I'm going to try a trick here. I'm going to see, because I have a lightning connector here. I'm going to see if I can bring this drawing app up and draw with you. This is one of my goals with this iPad. Yes, it's going to work. So what I could do here is I can actually say, let's see, I got to turn it on again. This is John the Net Guy. So this is the active stylus. Now, I do need to pull this up on the carousel, and I want to pull it up here real quick. for you guys. It is $27.98 right now. And I'm going to pull it up here as well on Amazon so you can take a quick peek at it and see what I'm doing. This is the stylus here. Again, got a little bit of a promo on it right now. It's 15% off. Again, you can use it with several different applications. I'm down here in the corner just drawing away, and there's a bunch of different apps, whether you're using iPads, iPhones, whatever you want to use it with. This just happens to be one of them. Let's do a kid's desk. Let's see what they've got in it here. There we go. I'm going to skip all those. I'm going to say coloring. Here we go. And again, I'm just using this to go ahead and color a picture. So I'm using the tablet. Now, a lot of times you can use your hands on this, but I can pick a color like number 13, and I can fill that in. My daughter loves to do this. Number 2, very relaxing. And I'm just using the stylus here. Now, another interesting thing, like I said about that, was the palm rejection. So if I can get out of this thing, which again is going to be interesting, if I hit the home button, I got it. So no thanks on that. Let's do sketch. So I'm going to say I want a square sketch. And I'm going to go ahead and use a different use a different pen. Now, if I just do upright, you can see I'm drawing here upright with it. If I do it sideways, you can change, apparently, the thickness of it. That doesn't look like one that has a changing capability here. No, I don't have this app. I didn't buy it. I know. Oh, paint roller. Here we go. Pattern roller. Is it not going to let me do it? That would be sad. So, again, oh, there it is. So, there's upright. Simple. Apparently, you're supposed to be able to tilt it sideways and get that. I don't know if this app is going to support that. So this has got my size and opacity charts. So I can do lighter opacity there. But yeah, overall, really simple to use. Works with all of your standard iPads. I'm going to pull that up really quick just so you guys can see what kind of iPads we're dealing with here. So pulling that up here. And we're going to go back into the app here. And there is just a sample of some of the things that it can do here. It is not going to scratch your screen. So the iPad has a glass screen, which is great. This tip on here, very, very similar to the other ones. Runs really smooth over it. That's one of the hardest things about the iPad is it's not great for typing. But this one actually runs really, really smooth over it. And I use a touchscreen laptop here to run almost all of my stuff here. Again, it's going to work with 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th generations of the iPad. Is going to be the iPad Pro 11 and 12.9 if you want to save a little bit of money. I know the Apple versions are much, much more expensive. Let's talk a little bit about what you can do with it. Again, it's showing the palm rejection and tilt drawing. So again, as I'm starting to draw on this, if I have my palm on there, it's going to stop it from drawing with my palm. Even though I'm moving my palm around on the screen, it's actually not drawing on the screen. So that's a palm rejection feature here. So I can continue to do that. Just making sure that I'm not losing anything. Yeah, that's another problem with non-palm rejection is it's going to do that. So you can rest your palm on the screen. There's the whole list of the compatible iPads. I want to bring that up so you can see it. So if you've got a mini, a regular iPad, an iPad Air, the 12, 9, look at all of those model numbers. So pretty much any of those current gen iPads, the 5, 6 mini, so those are the most recent ones, all compatible with this, which is great. So that is from Active Stylus. Let's talk a little bit about charging on this one. So like I told you in the beginning, the other one charges a little bit differently. So let me pull this off to the side. I'm going to go over to our side camera here for this one. So this right here is the end, and I can just slide it sideways, and you can see it opens up a USB-C port. And what's cool about that is inside the box, they just happen to include pretty short, but functional USB Type-C to USB-A cable. But guess what? Remember that power line cable? You can start with USB-C now having one type of cable, depending on no matter what device you have, whether you have Android phone, an iPad mini, or you even wanted to use it with this, you could actually use this Magline Plus cable. But in this case, you just plug that in there to charge, and it charges incredibly quickly. I don't remember if I had the numbers still pulled up on here. But I'm going to pull them up for you real quick. I just want to tell you how long. I think the standby time was 30 days. So 10 hours of continuous working. So if you're an artist or you're in school, you can use this thing for 10 hours continuously. Then you can charge it in 80 minutes. So hour, maybe you're taking a test, you're going between classes, you could charge this thing up completely with USB-C power delivery. You could charge it off your Mac if you have a Mac. That would be pretty cool. Another cool thing, again, these products that I'm showing you here are working together. So this is that case I was showing you. It actually has a slot down here where I can put in that stylus. And actually, guess what? I think that's where it's going to stay now. So I have that right there. I can still use this case. Let me pull the kickstand out here. So I can still use this normally. I can come down, if I'm drawing, maybe it's a floor layout for a network diagram. I do those all the time. Maybe it's I just need to write a quick list of something for somebody. So I can just quickly go over here, tap the back of this to turn it on, and I can start drawing away. So that's pretty slick. I like that. That is from Active Stylus, and that is the Stylus Pen for the iPad, almost all the series. I think the only ones you can't do it are in the early versions of the Mini and maybe some of the original iPads. But very happy with this product. We're going to go on to a fun product now. Now that I got a few people loaded up here, I'm going to go to one that they reached out to me and said, hey, what do you think about testing this thing? I said, what do I think about it? I can't wait. I can't wait to see this thing. Let me put a couple things out of the way and get this up on the carousel, and we'll go to that one coming up next. And that is on the carousel. Where did it go? This is an LED sign. Now, this is a Bluetooth sign. The beauty about this one is sometimes you want something just unique and different. I know a lot of YouTubers and a lot of studios have this, but this is a matrix panel sign. So what does that mean? So it's able to, with little tiny LEDs, and I didn't count them, but there's got to be at least 1,000 of them in there. So you can see that thing. You can show text, animations. There's an app that goes with it. You can do graffiti on it. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with it. And it's USB powered, so you can use this in a car, which is something I really want to do. I'm telling you, I'm getting tailgated all the time right now, and I just want to have really fun messages to put out for people. So let me go ahead and pull this out and do an unboxing for you. We're going to go to the unbox camera here. So inside the box, pretty straightforward. It's going to have the power cord here. It's going to have a plug-in interface. So we're going to have USB power to it. It does have a car charger here. So you can plug that in and get USB power from the car here. It looks like it's got 1 amp and 2.4. So you could charge your phone off of this at high speed and run the display as well. It is flexible, so it's wrapped up when you get it here, just like this. I'm going to show you that real quick. Now, it is a Type A, so it's the standard USB, so it's not going to work with the original Mag Cube that we have. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining, this is John the Net Guy. We're doing an unboxing of this really cool matrix panel here. So it's 16 by 64 sRGB is what it's saying here. And it's got a little bit of stuff being stuck together in there on it, but you can see all of those little individual LEDs and then all of the little circuits on the side. Pretty slick. It's going to have some instructions and information about it, what power supply you have, some troubleshooting information. It does come with some adhesive tape, but they do warn you to be careful that this is not going to leave residue, but it can, in high temperatures, get really sticky. So be really careful. Can be used in the cars. I wouldn't use regular tape with it. I would use the high temperature tape that they include. And then again, this is the simple user guide that they have for it, including the app to download. Now, I played with it a little bit on my other phone, but I'm actually going to download the app for the new one, and we're going to play around with it. It's got a bunch of different cool options here. So I'm going to go ahead and scan this. The way that you get that app installed on it is pretty slick. Hey, welcome everybody in the Amazon. If you haven't already, I am doing a giveaway today of a screen protector. And what screen protector, you ask? Well, whichever one that you have on your phone. So if you want to sign up there, the only thing I'm going to use that for to contact you is for your screen protector if you win it. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and scan the QR code right out of the manual. And then I'm going to download the app. There we go. How do we get our names on the wheel? If you go to that URL below and you sign that form up, it will actually bring that up for you. So just going to bring up the app here so that you can see it. So that is the cool LED 1248. So I'm just downloading it real quick. It doesn't cost anything at all, even though they make you do that. And there's some of the cool stuff that it already can show you. I'm going to try to see if I can pull this up on the overhead just so you can see it best. I'm going to go ahead and open it real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and plug the power in for this because I want you guys to be able to see this thing live. So I'm going to go ahead and get it plugged into power. Easiest way to do that, again, I'm just going to go top down for us for a sec. Actually, I guess I'm going side camera. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in to the side. And then I'm going to bring this cable over. Now, they don't include a regular wall outlet one, but it will work because it's USB. It'll work with any sort of regular wall outlet. Should not be lower than 2 amps, it's saying. There we go. Perfect, Brandy. Thank you for sharing that URL there in the chat. She's taking care of you guys. Awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and plug this into my high power wall outlet. And it's just reading out right now. I'm going to bring this up here so you guys can see it. There we go. So it's just bringing up this little sign that it has. And I'm going to go ahead and on this app is what I'm actually doing to get the next one. So I'm going to say connect. That's the one I want to connect to. And we're ready to go. So now I can do anything I want. I can add text. Click the top right button to add text. So I hit plus, and I can say, watch the net guy. Sure. And OK. I can tap it now. Now it's loading onto it, and check out what it's saying here. It's got an animation or static, so I can say, hey, go left to right, go a little bit faster. So I'm just telling it to go a little bit faster in the scroll, and hey, watch the net guy. So I can put that in my back window of my car, and I can have that displaying. So you can do so much with this. It's pretty amazing product here. Again, we're taking a look at this LED sign. I should be live right now on YouTube too if everything is working. That was the question. Are you live on YouTube too? I should be. Let's go ahead and take a look. It says that I am. But you never trust Restream, right? There's other couple things that you can do with this. So again, I have a bunch of different patterns and animations. If it's the holidays, I can tap that one. These are pre-made that are coming with it. Now, you can't really see because the studio lights in here are so bright, but the colors on this are great. I'm going to see if I can show it to you on the side camera so you can see it. Again, flexible sign. Take a look at that. So very bright in the studio here if you're looking at it. To me, to my eyes, it looks great. You can actually control the brightness in the app. So you can see at an angle it's even brighter for some reason on that camera. So it's got that capability here. I'm going to go ahead. Now, it doesn't look like it has an adhesive back. That was another thing I was wondering about on it here. You can, again, add different things. Maybe you're getting tailgated a lot. I know I do. Back up. It's got a little car in there. Maybe you need to tell somebody to go left or right, or maybe you need to have this be a temporary signage. Thought this was so cool that they include this. So it's got a little chevron pattern that it can do. Graffiti was one of my favorite modes, and I'll show you why. I'm just going to bring it up over here. So there it is. I'm going to do a little bit of graffiti on my phone. Now I have a palette here you can see. I can say... There we go. Now my graffiti is not great, but I can tap it and I can have it scroll high from J. So I can have whatever I want. Again, looks much brighter in the studio if you're taking a look at it in person here, but that's a graffiti feature. Let me show you real quick how that app works. So I'm using the app here and I can go through and I can just set whatever I want it to do. So that's the app right there. If I tap on any of these, like that one, for example, it's downloading to this, and I can show you what it shows. So there you go. So it's got that as well. Pretty slick. You can develop your own versions of these things. That's another feature that it has. Now, I don't want to get myself in trouble playing YouTube music, but it does have the ability to actually be a graphic equalizer. So depending on what you're showing, it can actually listen to the sound and do graphic EQ stuff of your music. So I have Jingle Bells there playing on my phone, and it's actually showing on here kind of a graphic EQ. So that's another mode that it has. Lots of pretty cool ideas. Again, you can go to just static things. Maybe you want to have a sign that says, remember to wear your mask. I don't know. But I like this idea. I think it's going to be really cool. I really want to use this in my car. That's one of the neat features. One of the ways that I want to use it. Again, you can see how bright it is at an angle, but for some reason, the way my cameras work here, it's brighter at an angle, but it is very bright looking at it. And with that adhesive, that high temperature adhesive that they give you, you could put this in the back of a car, and maybe your kid's a state champion, maybe something cool's going on, maybe you're just married, all sorts of fun stuff. Let's go take a look at it at Amazon, and I want to show you some of the cool features that it has. So the way you find that, if you just visit my Amazon shop URL, it's going to pop up down there, amazon.com/shop/thenetguy. You're going to see my different idea list. This one right now says it's $59.99, but it's actually got a $12 off coupon in here if you're a Prime member. So I'm not logged in right now just so I can show you what the normal thing is, but it's got a $12 discount, so it's $47.99. It looks like it's also got an extra 10% off coupon on top of that, which is even better to see. We like that. And this is the kind of cool stuff you can do. Imagine if you're a Lyft or an Uber driver and you can have that scrolling by, you know, are you ready for your pickup? Things like that. Very cool capabilities. Works with your phone. You don't have to be plugged in or wired to it. It's going to work with iPhone, Android. It has apps for both of those. Whether you're using a tablet or a phone, it won't matter. There's the little controller. There's the switch that it has. That's everything that's included with it. Your 3M tape, your high temperature tape. Says shop advertising. It says 14.6 inches. So that must be the size end to end, which is pretty cool. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. USB powered. I love that. That's kind of what I want to do with it. I know I'm going to get in trouble because you're probably not supposed to have those, but man, would that be fun. Like I said, I drive it's an electric hybrid car. So it does both electricity and gas. And I just want to put some funny things like I'm getting 100 mpg right now. What are you? But it's pretty slick. So yeah, very neat features, very neat capability. And that is the Matrix LED panel right here. And you can do all sorts of cool stuff with it with app control. We showed here a little bit of a couple different features. I'm going to go ahead and do one more animation real quick here. I'm going to do one slide. So the animation capability lets you do slide by slide. So if you had a funny GIF or a logo or something that you want to do, you could actually have it go back and forth. So I just did a quick, I'm talking super quick animation here. I said, hi there, hi there. Now it's going super fast, but you can actually go in and edit it. And you can edit what the speed and other values of it are. So I can turn the speed down. As you can see, I'm just changing it on the app. I can hit OK. And I can put as many of these as I want to in a row. So now I'm loading the new one, so it's not going to be as twitchy. So it's going to say, hi there. But you could design this on your computer, and you can actually send those individual slides in there. And you can do some pretty low-tech animations in there, but have company logos and other cool stuff like that, which is pretty slick as well. So I have not seen a product like that before. It says, I've heard of something similar for, this is what Jonathan Talks Hardware, another YouTuber, friend of mine here, friend of the show. I've heard something similar, but not flexible, and you can put YouTube subs or weather or the time. Yeah, that would be slick. I really want to do that. Maybe I'll do something. I think it might look cool here somewhere. Let's see. Can I put it up here in the background and you guys see it? Oh, absolutely. I'll have to work on the glare, but I can totally have a sign up on my wall. Can you imagine that? That's going to be so slick. I'd love to put that up there and do some really cool integrations and stuff with it. So again, matrix LCD sign. This is, or LED sign, I should say, flexible so it can go around a curve if you need to. Available right now for $47.99 at Amazon. So very cool feature. And oh, I like that. Need this to let police know that I have a squirt gun on board. Nice. And the driver's window doesn't go down. And yes, I'm licensed to carry it. Brandy, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting people know about that. And I'm going to take a look at our next items up here. We're going to put this one away. Sadly, we have to make some room. The next items up, you know, I can tell you I get not LED panels like this all the time, but I can tell you I get light bulbs, smart switches, smart LED strips all the time. I get companies coming out of the woodwork that want to share these kind of things with me. And I say, okay, you know, send me what you got. We'll take a look at it, you know, see if it's any good, and then I'll show it on my show. If it is, again, I'll tell you completely honestly if something is great or if it needs some more work. But I want to show you the next product because it is so unique and cool. And, you know, from the concept, it's pretty straightforward, but the execution is pretty amazing. Now, I just pulled it up on the carousel, so you're going to get to see it right now. But it's actually from the 220 company. And this is one of the units. Now, the one on the carousel is a 3-part unit. They can sell in different groups, so you can have a pair of these. And what it is a friendship lamp. Now, this 220 company, they said, hey, you got to check this link out. And I absolutely did, and I could not believe what they had done here. Now, if you're in a long-distance relationship or you maybe have some grandkids or kids in another state, this thing is an awesome way to stay connected, and I'll tell you why. So we're going to do a quick unboxing of it here, if I get the right camera. So do a quick unboxing of it here. I was just taking this out, and there is the power USB-A to USB Type-C. So it's using the newer Type-C connection. It's going to have a setup guide on it. But let's pull this out of here, and I'll show you how cool this thing is. I have actually gone through the setup process. That's one of the reasons I was a little bit late to the show today. Went through the setup process on these, and it wasn't actually that hard. There was a couple things you got to be aware of. But this is a very good-looking lamp. You know, again, this has got that wood texture on the bottom. Again, looks very expensive, you know, in how it's built. Now, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, and then we're going to get the other one unboxed. And I'm going to show you how you use these, but this is the impressive part of it. They are a remotely controlled lamp. What's neat about it is once you link these two lamps together, these can be thousands of miles apart. They could be half a world apart if they need to be, and you'll be able to communicate with them to somebody else around the world to let them know that you're thinking about them. Now, I just plugged that one in. I'm going to go back out to the screen. It's going to take a few seconds to get started. It's just booting up. They are a smart lamp. So I've seen smart lamps constantly, smart color changing lamps and all that. These guys took it to the next level, and that's all about the app and the software that they do. So this is from 220, and it's just a great idea. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this other one in. We'll get them both going. And perfect. So now they're both on. Now you can see that one just kind of made itself a little bit brighter for a second. But now these are two separate and distinct lamps. They could be anywhere on Earth. Let me see if I can turn one of my studio lights down a little bit. I'm going to try to get this one. 1 second. I'm still with you here. I haven't left. I promise. I just want to show this in the best absolute light. So from 220, these are friendship lamps. They can be a house next door, or they can be miles apart. They have two little buttons on the front. The little button here, I just hit this one, and you notice what the other one did? Those did not communicate over Bluetooth. They actually communicated over Wi-Fi. Now I can make this one brighter, and it's making the other one brighter. They're connected via Wi-Fi to my house. Now, they could be in 2 different houses. That's the beauty of this. And it's really what they're calling a friendship lamp. So now I've got them both on this really cool green color here. I just touched the top and turned it off. You can put them on a schedule. You can put them on a timer. You can run different modes. But let's say maybe you have a loved one and you want to let them know that you're thinking about them. You can tap, or hey, call mom. Tap that, and now that other lamp, no matter where it's at in the world, is going to show that color. And maybe, you just want to change that color. Whenever you tap it, now I'm tapping that one on that side. That changed it to this blue color. I can come over to this one and respond and change the color again. So I just tap these, and now maybe I make it a red color. So really ingenious system. I had never seen anything like this. This is from 220. And it's a friendship lamp for loved ones, significant others, something like that, that may be in a different area. Now, setup is not super easy. Again, you got to go through an app. You got to go through a few settings. You got to get it added to your Wi-Fi. They do walk you through it. The one problem I had is I had a 2.4 gig Wi-Fi and a 5 that had the exact same name. This only supports 2.4 Wi-Fi, so it was having some connection trouble. I switched it to my other network, which is designed for devices like this. It's only 2.4 and it worked fine. So if you have any of those connection issues, Amazon's got a return policy for that. But after I got them set up and I got them linked, super easy to manage. Now, I'm able to adjust it. Like I said, I can link these two together and I can make them brighter or darker. Does it come with both? Yes. Brandy's saying, best friend moved to another state not long after I had my daughter, and I haven't seen her in a year. This is an amazing product for that. I'm going to bring up the 220 lamp app here. Now, what's cool about it is it's very traditional, like a traditional smart lamp, but I was able to set these as linked. So now you'll notice I'm changing one, and it's, changing both of them. I can turn the brightness down to almost nothing on them, and that makes them show up better on my cameras. So I've done that really easily. But as I'm changing that, the second lamp that says devices shared with me, that's the other one. Now you can add more than one of these and link them all together. So if you have a whole family, maybe there's different rooms, maybe you've got multiple grandkids and you want to have one in each house, you can control them individually. So if you just want to have somebody have one lamp on the other side and just change that one, you can set them up that way. So very, very cool. Brandy T, I want to see this connected in different houses. I wanted to demo it in different houses, but what I'm going to be doing is this is the first part. This is the unboxing video of this. I'm going to be shipping them off here, and I'm going to be doing a demonstration of these in different locations. We're going to have to record it, obviously, but I want to show you how this can work many, many states, if not countries apart. So very cool. Again, I touch either side, and there's a quarter-second delay there, and I've now done this for both. So really, really neat thing. If you have loved ones that you want to communicate with, again, I can change the brightness of it. I can do all that stuff just by tapping on the front. I'm making them go brighter and brighter and brighter. Or I can do it from the app, which is pretty slick. So that is from the 220 company. Now, that's not the only product they sent me. They sent me another one, and it's another very unique take on this idea of communication and communications with loved ones. So 220 has really, I think, come up with a great idea. If this was a Kickstarter, I'd totally be buying into it. But they've come up with a great idea on how you can communicate with your loved ones. I'm going to go ahead and slide this off to the side, trying not to break them. I'm going to leave these out here so you guys can see what they're doing. And they've just changed their color again. And I'm going to bring up the next product, and we'll pull that up here. And this is also from 220, and this is going to be a little bit more personal. So the lamp is really good if you've got grandparents with kids that you want to have an ability to communicate with. You want to be able to turn a light on, do something like that. But if you want a more direct connection to a loved one, this touch bracelet that I just pulled up on the carousel is another really crazy idea. So let me go ahead and pull this up here so you guys can see these at Amazon. Let me get the lamp here just so we can finish this one off. So again, from 220, this is the friendship lamps. Now they have a set of 3, 4, or singles. So if you buy them one at a time, the lamps are $75 each, $74.98. You can buy 3 of them for $219, or two of them would be about $150. So not super cheap, but they are saving an extra $18 if you want to clip the coupon that they have here. And let's see what their single, do they have a single coupon right now? Looks like it's 10% off on the single, so you're going to save 15, it looks like, on two. So another great opportunity here. And if we go pull these up, this is what they're talking about, of connecting with family and friends. So New York City and LA, again, I could put my two lights here across. And if I want to change this one, because maybe I want to say call me, maybe red means call me, then you can do that, and you can see no matter where this other one is at in the world, it's going to change color, which is really, really slick. One of probably the most unique ways to use a smart bulb when you think about allowing somebody else to control that smart bulb to send you messages or a signal, which is pretty slick. So does have dimmable, does have color temperature settings, which are great. I'm looking forward to doing a full in-depth test on this so you guys can see it. Look at that. I do actually really like the base of this. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick for you on the side camera. So that wood texture, again, the light is really throwing it off, but that wood texture is really smooth. This is a teak countertop, and this is actually probably smoother. It's actually nicer wood, very well finished. And as you see, there's a little tiny logo with a couple lighted buttons on the side. One of those buttons is for the brightness, and one of those is for color changing. So they've done a great job in building this, but they made another product that I want to show you, which is also from 220, and that is their friendship bracelet. So another really cool product. I'm going to bring this up for the top-down view for you guys. Now, my wife, I sent her a message earlier. I said, hey, I'm sending you a text. Go ahead and tell me the code that you get on it, because this requires two smartphones to work. Now, from a packaging perspective, I think they knocked it out of the park. I think they did a great job on this one. Let me show you what the packaging looks like. It has almost a Tiffany vibe going on it with orange. So it's an orange and a teal kind of color. You get two boxes that it comes with, and they're actually pretty nice. Now, could you fit both of them in this bag? Probably not, but the idea of this bag is that you put the one that you're going to be gifting in the bag, and you keep the other one for yourself. What are we looking at? Let's take a look here. If I open this up, let's see which one I got. It's going to be a surprise because I don't know which is this. This is from, again, 220 Company. So it says, always my heart is and always be yours, Jane Austen. So there's a Jane Austen quote. Now, I got lucky. I picked the masculine one. This is it's got a little tiny light on there. I haven't pulled this cover off, but this is an adjustable bracelet. So I can open it up here. And again, I'm not going to try to put it on because, well, maybe I will. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do that one-handed. I'm a guy. I don't have good bracelet skills. But again, fairly, minimal here. So you're going to have this bracelet. Not many people are going to know what it is, but it's actually a smart bracelet. That tiny, I'm telling you, that little tiny thing has a battery inside of it. It has a Bluetooth receiver, and it has a touch area. Now I can touch that, and what it's doing right now, you see that little blink that it made? It's sending a signal right now to the other thing. It's also sending it to my app, and I'm going to show you that real quick. It says 220, I'm thinking of you there. So that was from 220. Let me see if I can bring that up here. So I've got an update from iPhone tonight, apparently, but that's just from the message from the app. It says, I'm thinking of you. So by touching that button, I can send a pre-programmed message to the other phone, but it also lights up the band, which is another really slick thing. So let's open the other one up, and I'll show you what the other design is. Now, they have multiple designs on this. I don't know if you get to choose. We'll go take a look at their choice. Again, same Jane Austen quote, same card. We'll take a look at this one because it is just, from a stylish perspective, I actually like this. I think I'm going to give this to our oldest daughter who has a friend that wants to be in communication. And if you look at this, I'm going to hold them both out here. Now, each one is paired to a different phone. So when I touch these, it can actually send a message to the other one. Now, what's interesting, let me open the app on both sides so you can see this. The app does have to be running in the background. So you download the 220 app here for this. There's two different ones. Now, I just happen to have them both here. So these are the two apps that are open. They're both connected on Bluetooth to the wrist. Let's see if that one's going to work. So it is sending the messages back and forth. So I got a message on that side. It is supposed to light up that one over here. And that connection may not be working right. So I want to double check that. Manage mine. Connecting to the bracelet. This is always the challenge when we're doing live demos here. But what it does is it actually lights up the bracelet and the app. So in this case, it is, let me see, system settings. I'm going to go ahead and check the Bluetooth on this. I did have to reset my Bluetooth one time on it. And I have a lot of different Bluetooth. I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to turn it back on. We'll see if that's enough to get it to reconnect okay. Connected. There we go. So you do have to have the app open on both phones, but not to just for the messaging and the communication. It just has to be running in the background. So I tap that one and it will light up this one right there. So there was that light now. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to bring it really close here because I think that's, again, the key feature. I tap this one. You see that blinking? This other one starts blinking right there. Now it doesn't vibrate. I should point that out, that these don't necessarily vibrate. I was hoping that they would, but they do light up and it does vibrate your phone. So again, if you see that little light lighting up, you know you have a message now in your app. So yeah, can you text somebody? Absolutely. But a lot of times people, doctors, nurses, professionals, other people can't have their phone out, but it's kind of a cool thing that they can see and communicate through this little wristwatch. So, sorry, not wristwatch. Shouldn't say it. Through this little piece of jewelry here. Now, this one is called the Protector. I want to show you that. It's got that star sign there. And this one is the moon and the sun, it says. And that's the pink color. This one's more of a black color. And again, connected bracelets. I had never thought of anything like this until they reached out to me. And after I said, I've got to take a look at those because that's cool tech. So this is their app that they have. Now you can actually change the message that you're sending back and forth from the app. So in here, I actually have both apps open. I'm going to bring up the app so you can actually see it. Now this one, I can actually send real text messages, emojis, and all sorts of cool stuff. Hey there. So you can actually send the message to the other phone and it will show up and you get this message on both sides. So there is a messaging component of it. If you're a parent and you want to limit that, obviously you can limit that through the regular app controls. But there is a messaging component. I just wanted to point that out. Now, if I hit this send one here, I can change all of this. So maybe I have it send, I'm sorry. So I sent that. We can also go in here and change the flash settings. Here we go. The reminder on your 220. There's the thinking of you, and there's the little lights in there. So very cool features on these. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat and see if we've got any questions on these, but pretty slick little devices here. I was very impressed with it. And let's take a look also at the Amazon page, make sure I didn't miss anything on these from, again, 220. To find those, if you want to visit my Amazon URL, it's really straightforward. It is amazon.com/shop/thenetguy. It's down there in the corner. If you visit my idea list number 31 for mobile tech and gadgets today, and we go to 220, there is their touch bracelets. Now, you can get a pair of these, it looks like, for couples for $149.98 right now. It's 25% off. So they're normally $200. Again, very attractive. Come in a very attractive case that you can ship to somebody and walk them through the app setup. A couple little things about the app. It does require contacts permissions. I noticed that. Whereas the other 220, you can use just text messaging to link the two together. You send a quick share request. These ones, you actually do have to have contacts on the phone for the other person. So some people like mine, I have like 3,000 business contacts. I didn't turn that on just because I didn't want to share that with the app. But that's an important thing to note. But otherwise, very straightforward, easy to set up, very easy to use. And I liked that about these ones. So going back over here, I'm going to take a look at the next product. Again, these were the Friendship Bracelets from 220. And we're going to come back over into the studio here. If you haven't already, we're doing a screen protector giveaway. I wanted to remind you guys that because I think tonight, it's not a really busy night here on the interwebs. I think we're going to see some people that are going to, win some stuff tonight. I think the odds are good. I'm just going to say that because we don't have a ton of viewership tonight. But let me go through here. I'll slide that out of the way. I'm putting, again, the friendship bracelets away. Those are an interesting companion to these friendship lights that we've had down here that I've been showing you guys. So both from the 220 company. So they're definitely looking at different ways for you guys to use technology to communicate with each other. And I know that, when my wife and I were dating, we were in a long distance relationship. She lived about an hour away from me and would not be able to, get to her phone. She was a nursing assistant. She would not be able to get to her phone all the time. But that is a really cool idea with the piece of jewelry that you can give away. Another interesting feature or capability, I should say, of those is they are sweat and moisture resistant. They are not waterproof, though. So if you're going to go swimming, don't swim with them. But you can definitely get a light spray on them or work out or whatever with that bracelet. That's going to work out real well. So I'm going to take a look at the carousel because I need to switch over to our next products, but it's going to be interesting because this is the one that I use. Hey, Richard, welcome, and thank you for the follow. I love it. Very, very cool. Has my favorite, the simple moon and crescent symbol. Kenna, welcome to the show today. And very cool. And Brandy's helping us out here. She's putting the URL for the giveaway. If you're just joining now, we're going to be taking a look at a screen protector. Actually, coming up next here, I'm going to throw the screen protector on my phone. I actually have to bring this up here. Give me 1 second. If I have this available. Want to see... Oh, it's not on that phone. I won't be able to bring that up, but I was actually at the Bellevue Square Mall Apple store yesterday. My iPhone stopped working right. It started having issues with photos. It wasn't doing its thing. So I went there, and Andrea, if you're watching, by the way, hi. She helped me out for over an hour. We had to get the thing reset and had to reinstall everything on my Apple. So this is actually my normal personal phone, but it's absolutely a brand new one from yesterday. And I thought, what better time to show you some really cool accessories. Now, this is the screen protector. I've used these before. This is one of the #1 best-selling screen protectors out on Amazon. I'm just going to pull it up here on the Amazon carousel for you guys. And this brand is the one I would recommend and the one I'm going to be giving away 31% off right now. So what's important about this? Let's talk about it real quick here on the overhead. What you're looking for when you get a screen protector, stay away from plastic. A lot of times they're going to send you plastic screen protectors. Look for one that's got at least a 2-pack because odds are after a while you're going to scratch your phone, something's going to happen, you're going to drop it, and so you are going to want a replacement for that. So I'm just opening this one up real quick. And you're also going to look for the 9H. The 9 hardness is the hardness level. So that's what it's going to have. It's going to be, a lot of them are fingerprint resistant. Inside of them, they're going to come with a lot of stuff. And I'm going to show you how to use all that today. I'm actually going to use my show phone. How do you charge the bracelets? Oh, great question, Brandy. The bracelets, and I should have brought this up, actually come with batteries. I was starting to talk about that. Sorry, I'm going to switch gears for a second and answer Brandy's question. So the bracelet actually there's 2 modes. There's a charging version you can buy, but this one that they sell are the battery powered, and these batteries last up to 2 weeks. So you could buy, they're the CR1225 lithium, just button cell batteries. They'll last 2 weeks on each one of those batteries. So they've given you a couple months supply of batteries to use those. Again, this may be just for like trips. If you're going to go on a trip, I've got a business trip coming up in a couple weeks. Could be something fun with my wife. I can have that and I can just tap on it. So maybe you're not an Apple Watch person, but that could be really cool. So again, that's the battery power. Sorry about that delay there. I just saw your message pop up here. So now we're taking a look, and this is from Alan. This is the tempered glass screen protector. This one just happens to be for my 12 Pro Max. They make them for Galaxy S millions, all of the different versions of those. They have them for your Android. You have them for your iPhones. They have the 13 Pro Max. They have all of those. So opened it up here real quick. It's going to have these little dust stickers. It's going to talk about how to do this and how to install them. I'm actually going to do the installation the way that I normally do, and we'll talk about why that is, and we'll see if I get a great result. I'm hoping to get a great result. What you want to do is cut down on dust. So dust is the big killer here when it comes to phone screens. And now the best thing you can do is if you get your phone brand new and you're able to do it right when you get it out of the box, then you don't have any sort of grease, dust, or anything. Now I actually have, this is the show chat here. Amazon has us use this app. I'm going to turn the screen off. Hopefully it doesn't kick itself back on. And I'm just going to clean the screen with the wet wipe. Now, I'm not actually trying to do anything but remove oils with this one. Now, I'm going to run that through pretty quickly. Now, you can decide if you just want to let that air dry or if you actually want to use the dry wipe, which is the other side that normally comes with these. So this is step 2, is the dry wipe. Now, most of these are not going to leave any sort of residue. I like to flick them out, get all the stuff out of them if there's any sort of things on the edges. And again, it's actually dried pretty well. You can see there, but I'm just going to run through it before it's completely dry, and I'm going to thin out any of that alcohol that was left. And again, I'm looking for, any dust, speckles, or scratches. But then I'm going to show you my secret trick. Now, they have a guide sticker here. Now, you can use those guide stickers if you need something to help you line up the screen protector when you're putting it on. But what I like to do is use this dust absorber, and all I'm doing is just sticking it on. Now, there's no dust where I'm sticking it, but this is a trick that actually they showed me at one of the stores, and may or may not be recommended by the manufacturer, but it's actually worked really well. Another trick is if you live in a dusty area. Now, I have an air conditioner, but if you have central heating, if you've got pets and you're worried about getting a hair underneath that, which is like the worst thing that can happen, if you're worried about that, you can go into a bathroom and run a hot shower, get some steam in the air, and what that does is the steam in the air actually makes all of those little things that are flying in the air heavier, because the water is going to stick to them. It's actually going to drop them. That's another trick I learned that you can do. Now, I do this a few times, and if I do this right, I can go ahead and put my screen protector on. Now, you're going to want to remove the backing. So this is the side that has the adhesive on it is covered. So I'm doing this. Now, normally I wouldn't work in a room with an air conditioner blowing on it, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to try to keep it covered, and I'm going to do my best. Again, on these, they're not the easiest to line up. So I'm lining side to side and top to bottom. I want to be a little bit shallow here, so when I'm putting this down. Now, some of these will have alignment. The worst thing you can do is once you get it on there, and maybe it's not perfectly straight, is to try to take it on. These are pretty much one and done. Then what I like to do, when I think everything's lined up and even, just run my finger down the middle. Okay, so what you can see there is it's very quickly, and I think I got a good job on this one. Yep. So you can see that any sort of dust or scratches, now there may be a tiny, tiny little air bubble in there. Now, that one looks like it's gone away already. Very, very, very tiny bubbles a lot of times will go away. That moisture will wick itself out from underneath the glass. But I'm actually very happy with the way this turned out. Now I can clean it on my shirt. And there we go. Now I have a tempered glass screen protector. I'm going to bring up the show here. I have a tempered glass screen protector from Alon on the front of my screen. Now, I've had lots of phones that have had cracked screens. I've dropped them a bunch. I almost never carry my phone without a case. But if you're going to do that kind of stuff, make sure you at least have a screen protector on it, just like that one. So you can see that was just a few seconds, and that was a perfect install. I'm actually just looking here to see if, any dust or hairs, and nothing. And this is a pretty dusty room. I've got air blowing around and doing stuff, but that actually worked really, really well. So this is from Alon. And this is their tempered glass screen protector. That's what I've got here on the carousel right now. They make many, many different kinds. I'm going to go bring up their Amazon page real quick so we can take a look at them. 4 different kinds of phones. So let me know in the chat if you can, what kind of phone you have. But we're going to go ahead and do the drawing here any second. So you see that drawing URL there? Make sure you're signed up. Just fair warning, I'm actually going to turn the drawing URL off just because I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to get those entries in so that I can shut this down properly. We're going to go take a look at the screen protector. Again, it's got that 9 hardness. It's going to come in a 2-pack. I'm going to also show you this other really important thing in a second, which is for the iPhone at least, this is going to be some protection for your cameras. And I can't tell you how many times I've actually cracked these lens protectors and not the lens. So with a bunch of kids, with working on cars, I love to keep my phone in my back pocket and then I squirrel my way under a car, and I've cracked the screen protector for the glass on the camera lenses. I definitely don't want to crack that. Brandy's got a Samsung S9, and I'm sure that they make one for that. They make them just for about anything, it looks like. So we've got that. Let's take a look real quick. You saw how quick and easy that was to install here. Case friendly. That's what we got, a case coming up here, and I just wanted to show you that. Looks like they include everything you need. You saw I didn't actually have to go to my pile of microfiber. I do have microfiber wipes that I use, but they've included at least 4 sets of wet and dry wipes with their instructions, and they include 2 screen protectors. Now, if I remember right, this one also had a lifetime warranty. Generally, if I break them, I don't go after the warranty on them, but a lot of these things do have a long warranty. I'd have to look on this one too. There we go. Delicate touch. Yeah, so it doesn't say on the warranty on this one, but you can take a look. A lot of them will have a warranty that you can claim on there if you're able to break it, which we don't want to do, but I'd much rather break that than my screen as well. Just taking a look real quick. Another thing is too, some of them can change, like do a color shift, or they can mess up with your true tone with your phone. So it's saying that it's color safe. Very cool. Hey, Rome Knows Tech. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for joining here. I appreciate that. We're going to come back and I'm going to show one more installation tip here. And again, in this case, I'm going to go top down. This also comes with this kit specifically for the iPhone, and that is going to be an adhesive sticker that goes around the cameras. Now, the cameras on these things protrude a lot. If I was Steve Jobs, I would have died, seeing that on my phones. I think he's rolling over in his grave, honestly. But it is very nice to have something protecting your camera. And I'm just taking a look to see if I had my regular microfiber, which I do not, because I wanted to use theirs. I'm just going to clean the cameras before I put this on. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Now remember, there's a direction that it has to go. So in this case, there's 3 little cameras. The 13 has them in the opposite orientation, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in here, and that's going to lock in. Now, I'll show you real close what that just did. It did put a protective layer over that camera now. So if something were to hit or impact the back of this, that's going to take the damage rather than the lens. And you can scratch these lenses easily because they're the thing that sticks out the most on the 13 Pro there, or the 12 Pro. So, they stick out quite a bit. And I can tell you, I've broken several of these, and they'll continue to work with the flash, with the camera capability. So again, camera is working just fine in here. Works right through them. There's no optical interference from them, which is great, but it does protect your phone, because if you break or scratch those camera lenses, it's game over. So that's unfortunate, but that's what definitely happens. And so I definitely need to get glass case for my daughter's kid's tablet. Yes, tablet protectors are another really important thing, just to bring those up real quick. So I just showed you guys from Allen, this is their 9 hardness tempered glass screen protector for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. There's a bunch of other ones that you can do out there. We're going to go on to the next product, which is actually a Magsafe Case. So let's talk about that and what a Magsafe Case is. Now, with the iPhone 12, with all of the 13s and all the newer ones, Apple's gone back to this idea of MagSafe. And MagSafe was originally on the MacBooks, one of my first MacBooks. When your kids run by and they hit the cord for your laptop and it goes flying off the table. Like PC World did a 3-foot drop test because that was from the height of most counters. MagSafe was the end of that. MagSafe was a magnetic charging technology for Apple's MacBook line, and they continued it for several years until they went to the Thunderbolt Macs, which I have, which were susceptible to that. They've gone back to the MagSafe capabilities, but all of your iPhones now, your newer generation ones, are going to have a circle capability to charge. So let me show you what that is. I just started unboxing this thing. So what this case is a clear TPU, whatever plastic, the clear plastic. But I want to point this out. It says it's non-yellowing, which is important to me because these things can turn yellow pretty easily. But I got one of the Pacific Blue, one of the early 12s that came out, and it has this really cool blue color. But with my normal case, and I don't even know if I have it out here, you could never see the color of my iPhone because it was like that. So I never got to see that cool color that I paid good money for. So I wanted to get something a little bit different now. So when I got the new phone, I said I'm going to upgrade my case that's lasted over a year. So I found this one. Let me show you what it does here. So they say to peel off this plastic inside first, or damage could occur, it says. It's got a pretty big warning label on the back. So I'm going to follow it. So it wants you to peel off these plastics in this exact order. So I'm doing the inside plastic. One of the problems with the cheaper cases is that they will yellow, and you don't want that, obviously. So now I'm taking that last one. So very clear, I'm noticing. So MagSafe is that ring. So that ring there has magnets that help it line up to your wireless charging. So if you want to do wireless charging, so I'm going to go ahead and enter this real quick. Here's my wife. And I've got that now in there. So now I can actually see that nice color, and I have this MagSafe ring. Well, what does that work with? Well, it will work with all of the standard MagSafe chargers and the MagSafe accessories. So they actually have a wallet that you can get that goes on the back and magnetically adheres to it. Let me grab, I actually have it on my desk over here, and I just didn't think about bringing it over. Let me go grab that, which is, this is I've had for years, and it's a QI wireless charging mat. And I don't know if I can reach over here. I'm going to try it. See if I have a micro USB. No, I'm all USB-C over here today. But the idea here is that this QI charging mat from Sabrent, if I take this and I line it up just right, I can just set my phone down and it's going to charge on this through the magnetic charging. So it's QI compatible. But there's another neat thing that this case does, is it actually will help you align. This extra little magnet is for alignment. I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. So again, let's take a quick look at Amazon because I want to show you the product page for this one. This is from Kaizen. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And this is the 12 Pro Max case, $13.99. Now, I don't know about you, but if you go to your Apple stores or whatever, they're going to get you for $30, $40 for any sort of case, even the clearer cases like this. So again, it's going to provide drop protection. It actually does sit a little bit proud of the front of your case, of your screen. So it's going to protect the screen. There is the MagSafe magnets that it was talking about. So there's 38 magnets in there. And then there's the marking paint so you know where the magnets are and covers them up. You can use the just wireless charger that clips on there. Another neat thing is, again, if you kick this cord, it's going to come out, but it's not going to pull your phone at all. And that's the other thing is the more you use your charging ports, I don't know if you with the lightning connectors had the same problem I do. They get dirty, they get wet. My wife likes to use her phone in the shower, so it's always got some water in it. She tries to plug it in, causes all sorts of issues. But you can see here, it's a little bit proud of the screen. It's saying 0.3 millimeters higher than the screen, and it's got raised bezels. Now, what's funny is, if you guys remember, I just put on those screen protectors, right? So I've got a screen protector, and then you can see in the back there, I have that back camera protector. Both of those fit perfectly with this case. Wasn't planning that, but there's just enough room around the outside of the case there that it fits just fine. So that's an advantage, is this is screen protector friendly, and it's going to work with the camera notch that you have there to give your cameras a little bit more protection. So that's another cool feature. Taking a look quickly at the YouTube chat. My mom has a 12 Pro Max and the back of her phone is badly cracked. I have an 8 and the back of my 8 is destroyed. That was the other thing, is your warranties are not going to cover the glass back that they put on these phones for whatever reason. I bought the extended and broke the back of my 8, and I said, hey, I want to go get this replaced. And they said, oh, it's cosmetic. We're not going to replace it. Couldn't believe that. So again, a $13.99 case. This is one of the best-selling cases they have out there, and it has this MagSafe feature, which I'm going to go to on our next product right away here. Give me 1 second to get that loaded up, and I'm going to show you that. And that is, once you have that MagSafe ability, I've been on a consistent hunt here to try to find the best charging solution for my little car. Now, my little car has a very unique dashboard. It has weird slotted vents. It has a big screen in the middle. It's very low, so the shifter is like right there. Very hard to use. RJ says, I don't like my phone so much, not compatible with quite a few apps. Oh, sorry about that, RJ. So what I'm doing here is I was just pulling up the Kaizen clear magnetic case to show you. That's the one that's on my phone right now, and that's got that MagSafe magnet ring. It's clear, non-yellowing, $13.99. The next product, and the one that's important to go with this, is this magnetic wireless charging base. Let me pull that up here. And again, it works with the MagSafe. Let me pull that up so you guys can see it. So it's the one down here in the corner, and it's going to do two different things. It's going to allow you to mount your phone wherever you want in your vehicle that has a vent mount. Now, they make different models. There's different styles that are just the adhesive mount. There's ones that are clip-on mount. I needed the clip-on mount that this thing has. Now, I've got a bunch of other different ones. I got a box full of different stuff here, and I've tried a bunch of different ones, and this is the one. The one thing I love about this one is it actually has a clamp mount there. You can see that you can actually screw it down. Now, it's going to come with this flat plate. So you don't have to worry about hands grabbing onto your phone that might slip out. You don't have to worry about adjusting them or some sort of spring that you have to open and close. The way that this one works is as soon as you put it up there, it's going to magnetically adhere. That bottom magnet's going to help it align vertically, and it's going to start charging your phone without a cable connection. It's going to use that wireless charging, which is great. So best of all of those worlds, which is awesome. That's one of the things I like about it. Let's take a look at the other images real quick. So wide compatibility. So this is just the list already of what they support here. So Mini, 12 Pro, 13 Mini, 12 Pro Max, 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max. It's got all of them that support this MagSafe charging. Couple important things though. You can run it without a case completely and it will stick to it. You can run it with a Magsafe case, so you need those extra magnets for protection, but not a regular case. So that's when I was doing my upgrade. I have my black case over here, but I had to get rid of this. Now, I've had a little kind of a pop socket ring on this one that I could use, and I'm giving that up because I want the wireless charging ability, and you'll see why here in just a second. So let me do a quick unboxing on the top camera for this one. Believe it or not, you guys are helping me make a video, and then we'll do the drawing, I promise, for that screen protector. So this is that charging. Now, I haven't found many that are in this price range. So $28, I believe, $28.99 is the price on, $28.79 is the price on this one right now. It's 15% off, and it's a magnetic wireless charger. Now, let me show you how to assemble it because it's actually really easy. So this, other than looking like the world's smallest record player, is the base for it. So that's got a coil in there that's going to provide the power, and this has got another magnet down there for alignment. It has this little spool swivel thing on the back here. I'm going to undo that. Super simple, 3-piece construction here. So then you take this piece. That piece right there is the clamp. So you turn this lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, and that's going to clamp on your vent. Now, it can be a horizontal vent. It can be a vertical vent, however you want it. You're going to run the collar around the outside. You're going to push this on there, and then you're just going to twist that. Now, what's cool is you still have full range of motion of this. So if you need to angle it in any specific way to see the driver, like in mine, I need it to be vertically vented and angled to the left. You can do that. Now, here's the beautiful thing. I'm taking that new case that we had, right? MagSafe, connected. So now I can hold it upside down and shake it. It's not coming off of there. That's connected without any arms, without anything else. And if it's plugged in, it starts charging. So now I have to pull it pretty hard to get it off of there. It definitely does not overcome the weight of the phone on there. So I have to give it a little bit of a tug, but I can turn it, twist it. It's always going to end up in the right orientation too. So if you put it in sideways, you can do that. But as you twist, it finds that lower magnet. So as I turn, it's going to find the correct orientation because of those other little magnets. So that is how this works. I want to show you how I was able to use it in my car because I think it's really cool. And I'm going to pull that up here on the side camera. Hopefully you guys can see it. This is my little car and all the challenging. I tried several different ways to put this in my car and have it work. And this turned out to be the best one. And I'm using the vents on the right side. And I think I actually made a video here. Hopefully you guys can see it. There we go. That was me just putting it on there. And you notice right away what it's doing is it started to charge. You'll see it go from that. And now it's on the charging mode over there. Hopefully I can zoom in. So now it's 52% charged. Got my wife's pretty picture there. And so you can see that you're getting your charging capability through this base right here. And you've got a mount. Now, as far as what does the mount look like when it's not in use, let me play through this one and you'll see. So we're going to do it one more time and I'll pause it, go back a little bit, and then I'll bring this up. That's what the mount looks like when you're not in use. So it goes down and it connects to the power below it, but really, really simple. Doesn't, in my case, even block the full vent because I can put it at the lower spot. I've tried other ones that are just spring attached. This one, because it has a little twist, allows me to tighten it into that vent, and it works really well. Now that's the power for my car. Now what's interesting is I have that 70 mAh dash cam that I showed you guys before, and this thing was actually able to power my dash cam and the wireless charging for my phone. And then there's my heated seat controls. So that was kind of cool, and I did take one picture of how it connects to my vent there so you guys can see that. That's that twist lock that I was talking about. My other ones, the weight of the phone, the weight of the mount, they always pop out, or you hit a bump and they fall out on the floor and then you're looking for your phone. This allows me to have my phone up and have it running navigation or whatever voice app I want, and I can tighten it into that vent and it works out pretty well. So very cool capability. Just wanted to show you guys that. That is the Magsafe Mount. Let me pull it up one more time here on Amazon for you so we can take a look at that. And so there is the different compatible phones with it. If you have, and again, this is for your iPhone folks out there, if you have a 12 or 13 iPhone, again, has 16 magnets here in that circle. It does have that positive mounting capability. So far, this has been my favorite and the best one that's going to work with that Magsafe. I've tried so many of them. I'm super excited about doing this. And there's the technology behind Magsafe, if you guys are interested in how that works. So it has a magnetic ring and an induction charging coil that goes in there and a bunch of fancy circuitry to make this all work, and sends power wirelessly and safely to the device. And there's the easy assembly instructions, install instructions that I kind of walked you through that same process here, but that's how you do it once again. So we are at the end of the show. That is all of the products. It is time for the giveaway. I'm going to take a look at the chats real quick. Make sure, if you guys have not already, I just highly, highly, highly recommend one thing. Take a look at my Amazon shop there. Give me a follow if you can. If you're on Amazon and give me a follow tonight, I'm going to shout out where you're from and whatever message that doesn't get me kicked off Amazon. So if you want to say hi and give a shout out to somebody else, I will absolutely do that for you. I'm going to go download the winners and we'll get that screen protector drawing going. Oh, I actually didn't show you guys this. Let me show you guys that real quick. That is the charger that comes with it. So it does have a high power charger that comes with it. One, the USB-C is for the wireless, and then it has the standard A for just any other accessories. Now I use that for my dash cam and it worked out perfectly. So that is the magnetic wireless car charger, Magsafe car charger. So I'm going to pull that out here and I'm going to go bring up the carousel here, or sorry, the winners here, and we're going to get those going. Thank you guys again that entered the drawing. Need to get logged in. We'll pull that down and we'll get going. Taking a look real quick on Amazon. It's a little bit delayed. Brandy gave a dot. If you guys are interested, there is a promo code right now on the original Mag Cube, that power delivery charger I showed you in the beginning, that 2-port. Again, they're beating Apple at their own game, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. They made a smaller charger with more wattage and 2 ports instead of just one. So it's smaller, more compact, easier to travel with, and it has more capabilities. So I was really impressed with that. Again, that is the Mag Cube. And then we did take a look at I'm going to look at submissions. We looked at the Magline. These are from Aohi or Aohi. Those are the first products that we saw on the show. Again, really cool charging solutions for mobile if you're looking for something like that. And I see a couple people entered. Oh, we got a few entries. It's going to be a good show tonight. Trust me, you guys are going to like this one. We did not get the normal number of entries that we normally get here. I'm going to bring this up. And we're going to do copy. Channel dashboard. Here we go. And we're going to go over here. And I've got to bring up the wheel. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to bring that up real quick. And I'm just going to go real quick over here. And I'm going to turn off that so we can see the full wheel. I'm going to copy the entries. You guys are going to love this. And I think I know exactly why we got such few entries this time. It's really sad. It was actually a permissions thing on the stream. So these are our Amazon entries. I'm going to bring this up right now. You guys are going to be shocked. We have 4 people. Just 4 people today on this entry. Thank goodness I'm sponsoring this stream, huh? So these are the different people. We got Jonathan Talks Tech. We've got RJ. We've got Screen Protector. But I know who you are. And then I've got Brandy T that is in there. So we're going to get going. I'm going to hit this, and here we go. We're going to run this Screen Protector for whatever you want. Uh-oh, I think Brandy's won this one. Brandy, you have won the Screen Protector here. Really do appreciate you entering today. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I do figure out now, finally, the YouTube permissions were not set right on YouTube. So only people that had the super secret link or were watching found that I was live on that stream because it was unlisted. Dang. Yeah, it gets me every time. So too bad on that one. But Brandy, do appreciate you showing up here tonight. I will get that contact information from you, and I will get you another one on your way. This has been John the Net Guy. I really do appreciate you guys showing up and taking a look at this cool mobile tech. Again, you're going to see these come out as little individual videos here soon on my channel. I want to thank the Aohi company for sending these out. 220 for sending these, and we're going to do another video about these before I ship them off to those people who use them. We'll do a follow-up on that, which is going to be really cool. The active stylus and the ruggedized iPad holder. I'm really happy with this one. I'm trying to see if I can turn my iPad on for you. So there we go. So this is the, let me pull that up here. The active stylus that was on the back. I put it away, of course. Why would I do that? The active stylus that lets you draw on your iPad. Again, less than $30, and you have that capability. You can do really cool paintings like this, because that's a cool one right there. Really do appreciate all of you guys for showing up, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Congratulations, Brandy, on your win. I will be in touch.